We've known for some time that somewhere between 30 and 40% of our students never purchase their textbooks or learning materials. And the publishers tell us it's about 40%. Our bookstore owner says it's about 30%, but anyway, it's pretty high. And as you know, we've kept tuition very, very affordable for all students. You can shop. The total cost of here is about the third lowest in the country in terms of what we're able to provide and do. But I think the shock of having to pay some of the prices for books have kept folks from, and learning materials from, and it's not just the books. Some of them, like the math that are digital, can be just as expensive as a hard copy textbook. So what we did is looked at how we could do that. So we spent a good 2 years in conversations, meetings, to do two things: make it universally available and dramatically lower the cost. So if every one of our students were to purchase their textbooks and say this fall, they would have spent collectively, and this assumes a percent of rent used and other things, of about $54 million. That's how much money would have been spent. So what we agreed at the $20 per credit hour to cut that in half. We're looking right now at software that would basically allow you to say, look, I've got to work during these times, I'm only available on these days, I'm trying to get this degree, so what's available for me in the spring of 2019 to help me navigate and get through, and can I see how that's going to work down the line? Does that mean I need to come in the summer at some point in order to graduate and meet my timelines, or can I do it fall and spring? What do I need to plan to cut back on work somewhere in order to make this happen? So it really is, how do we create one where the student is really in the center and we help more students get through in a timely fashion? One, they'll certainly have input into that process, but we'll be looking at each time, making sure that we've got the courses so that you can complete your degree in a timely fashion. So it may mean that we're adding more classes in some areas to that process in order to accommodate that need. So the impact, I would see probably more 8-week classes throughout the district as we go that way. Now, I'll tell you, this is going to take about 3 years with the scheduling to really figure this out, because we'll be looking at one, asking up front what people want, but also looking at what actually happens to make that need, and then how can we adjust to accommodate that going forward. We did two things. Requested legislation that would allow us to do a baccalaureate in early childhood to address the teacher shortage. But secondly, we asked the legislature to change the law and allow us to only offer an early childhood through grade 3, so that we wouldn't be tempted to continue that trend of preparing folks that are there. So we're unique in the state in that we'll be the only institution offering that early childhood through grade 3. There's a group of us, of community college chancellors and presidents around the country, that had been working for a number of years to have Pell Grants in the summer, so that there would be year-round. As you know, now you could stretch it out, but basically it had been fall and spring until this past summer, when we were able to get approval that allows to get the Pell Grant to attend in the summer. So one of our goals is for individuals that are interested and want to encourage them to go ahead and enroll in the summer right after high school. And frankly, that really wasn't an option in the past if you were reliant upon the Pell Grant to pay for your education to go to school, but now it is. We are an open campus, and again, it's not as I said, it's really a modest first step. We are investing right now in new infrastructure that will allow us to have more cameras on our campuses going forward. Eventually, many of the IDs will also serve as key card access to certain areas and so forth in the future.
Eastfield College's food bank still isn't up and running. Is there any sort of district plan to speed up progress on incomplete food banks?
Yeah, we're working with each of the colleges. There are a couple of steps that have to be taken in it. One, in order to do it, the North Texas Food Bank operates distribution hubs where they send it out. So in order to access that, you have to be trained on their system for ordering, putting in the order, managing that. They also will ensure that we're adhering to health standards in that regard. The other piece of it, in order to get some of the, we partnered with them on a mobile pantry. You'll see it listed as HEB in Dallas County Community College District when it travels around the colleges. We've done that in order to bring fresh produce, items that are perishable onto the campus on a regular basis. So with that, some of those require a specific federal certification in order for us to do it. So,
is there any deadline for when colleges have to have their food banks?
We haven't set deadlines. We've kind of done it in a bit of a linear manner where we've worked with one college at a time. We started with Cedar Valley, and then we just kind of worked our way through.
Is there a point where Eastfield is on?
Yeah, Eastfield is, I think Eastfield was probably about the 6th, and I think Richland was the 7th college. I may get that, but I think that's about right.